It's equipment day. I have the camera on a teetering pole, so the goal is, okay, this is my pretty little chorus line of equipment. Everything's going. That giant thing's going. That giant thing's going. This tiny thing's going. That giant thing's going. This big thing is going. So, for tomorrow's magic trick, getting it all in my car.
One thing that I've only recently realized that I really struggle with is maintaining certain thoughts in my head for a long period of time, holding on to many details simultaneously. I can focus on one concept and I can hold on to a ton of details, really minute, intricate, inner working details about that one thing. But I can't do that with multiple topics. And I also can't organize them. I can't even think about them enough to organize them. I struggle with that professionally and just in my own personal life, where if you tell me to do something, I'm probably going to forget to do it. It's not out of lack of trying. I'm just going to forget it. And traditionally people will tell you, well, you should write it down, or make a list, or get some sort of organizational app. But from the time of you telling me to opening my phone or getting on my computer or even finding a paper and pencil to write it down, I'm already distracted. I've already moved on. I've forgotten. Just had a very productive conversation with a doctor. I got a new guy. It's pretty cool. But I was talking to him about my thrush issue, which, to summarize it for those of you who don't know, I have had chronic thrush on my tongue, which is essentially a yeast infection on your tongue. Sounds disgusting, it is. And it's very painful. And it's brought on by high stress, low immune system, or from what I understood to be like really spicy or acidic foods, also alcohol, things like that. So this has been an ongoing issue with me. I've seen a doctor for it before, didn't really get any answers, have continued to be relatively frustrated and, uncomfortable by it. It's just it's annoying. But I have learned to manage it to a certain extent. Anyways, I still wanted to know, is it really thrush? I want someone to diagnose me. Well, I no longer actually think it's thrush. After 5 to 7 years of being committed to the narrative, after having a conversation with this doctor, it is far more likely that what I have is a geographic tongue. Now, I already sort of knew that. I've been told that. What's a geographic tongue? It's basically you have like weird lines and stuff. My dad has a crazy geographic tongue, where his tongue looks like the Grand Canyon. Literally, like there's huge crevices in his tongue. I don't have it that bad, but I have weird little like fissures or whatever, and I guess those can change, and they can look like cultures on your tongue, which is common with thrush. But what I really didn't know and was enlightened to is that a small subsect of people with geographic tongues can experience thrush-like symptoms: swelling, pain, discomfort, the feeling of like your tongue being burned or cut. All to a T explains what I have felt as a thrush survivor, or a previously thought thrush survivor. So, you know, I don't know what it is exactly that causes it. He didn't seem to know. I mean, he was just reading, frankly. I think he was just Googling it, which is fine, whatever. But I don't know if it's that, you know, for example, if I eat something spicy, the capsaicin gets stuck in my tongue, or the acid gets stuck in my tongue and irritates it. It seems to be tied with just sort of like an unexplained immune system thing. Again, it's very rare. A geographic tongue is pretty rare, but apparently these symptoms to experience on a geographic tongue are even further rare. So it's hard to know exactly. He said maybe 1 out of 200 patients he comes across will have any sort of knowledge of their geographic tongue via this pain. So it doesn't give me any relief. There's no cure. There's no preventative measure. But just knowing that it's not some disgusting, nasty culture on my tongue that's causing this does give me a sense of satisfaction. So it's pretty big for me to at least feel like pretty confident to say it's not thrush, just because thrush is so highly uncommon chronically with people of my age who aren't on any medications, who aren't taking any sort of, I guess, inhaling steroid or anything like that. But it's far more common in that small subset of people with geographic tongues. So, moral of the story, I am cured of my thrush.